What's up, y'all? Let me turn this on. Listen, one of the most insulting things you could do to a person that's been manipulated and gaslit the way I have is to tell them to get over it. Now, I get what you're trying to do. I get you're trying to get me or the person up and running, getting them working, doing whatever. But I can only speak from my own experience. There were so many great qualities that I had, as a person. And to have my family lie to me about things that I knew were gonna make me tons of money, tell me that I was on steroids, lie to me about relationships, send people to mess with my brakes on my car, and I get into an accident where the car flips over. Then my own cousin decides to help the person lie and say that I was trying to do something that I wasn't trying to do, that was illegal at the time, to just ruin my name. It's very insulting if you don't have a quite understanding of the situation. I mean, only I and the people that did it will truly understand the situation, circumstances. I understand that. And I understand that I still have great qualities to move forward with. But the most insulting thing you could do is say, yo, get over it, move on, stop blaming other people. It's not blaming other people. It's like, I have to be precautious because, all right, I went off to the Navy, right? I didn't have to go off to the military. My mother and father complained, nagged me, called me screaming, called me names, said that I was being an evil person. I was a bad person. My brother did this, told me I was a bad person. And I wasn't even around them. They were checking my social media and keeping tabs through, like, they sent stalkers, people to dislocate my ankle while I was playing basketball on the basketball court. People in my town went to my gym that don't even work out. They go to the gym to hate and to dislocate my ankle. Like I said, I totally saw my foot several times when I was trying to get myself back in shape, where I was in great shape. I'm on an elliptical for 1,000 calories a day, twice a day. I'm minding my business. I'm not bothering them at all. They made up stories. They made up all types of stuff to make a certain individual mad at me and think that I'm trying to get at their girlfriend that they are in love with, that they're no longer with, or whatever have you. I don't know the dynamics of the situation, but I'm from the hood. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut, all right? I've seen people, my good friends, people I loved, get killed, shot and killed at the club. I've seen, people go to prison. I've seen numerous times, numerous times, a person that I looked up to be taken from me, all right? And it wasn't just a freak accident. It was somebody plotting on them, planning on them, everything, all right? So I felt like pressure was coming after me. For so many years, I knew I wasn't wrong. I tried to confide in coaches. I tried to confide in teachers. I thought lashing out would get me, the right attention. Like I had a town full of people that I loved and cared for and wanted to build and make them, be seen and heard, and make the name for them, not just myself, but for them. They went against me because I transferred to the school to keep my mother from nagging me about, oh, you need to go to Notre Dame, and then come to find out that person, that coach, was trying to destroy me. They made up all types of stuff. I used to beg for a computer to learn how to type back in '03. All right, everybody at that school, in middle school, talking about AIM, blah, blah, blah. I'm outside shooting around. I had no problem with that. But if you want me to go to this private school, this Catholic school, I now look like a demon because I don't know how to do these things. And as a young kid, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have a father to talk to. My father, get over it. My mother, she was on the phone drunk, talking to her, telling all my business to somebody that I don't even know, that she knows that her family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is very insulting for somebody that doesn't know the culture or thinks they know you to come and say, yo, get over it. I wish it was that easy. I have to get over the ankle. I can't run. I can't walk. I can't stand. I can't sit. Like, I don't think you quite understand what I'm going through. Yes, I understand you see me as a handsome, well in shape person, but I'm trying to get my mental back, and I'm trying to get my body back. My mind wants to do things that my body can't do. I understand where you're coming from. I understand it's love. I get it. I love you back, but it's insulting to think that I haven't given it a try to get myself in order. What do you think? I've just been sitting here playing with myself? Like, no, there's a lot to trying to get yourself back up, because you've been rejected in places that you know damn well you weren't supposed to be rejected by. Because when you went off to the military, because they lied, they started making up stories and all types of, yeah, I kind of gave them ammo, but they went and, I thought you were my brother or my sister or something, you know what I mean? I thought you were a friend that I, like, a person that I can confide in and have these bickers with. And you went and spread that message to everybody, saying that I'm a bad person. So then when I come back home, it's nothing but more military bull crap that I was dealing with. I was dealing with military mind games, military warfare from home all my life. 31, all the way to 31. When I got home from the military, I was locked up on a ship in the military, then came home and my parents locked me up again, trying to say that I was a bad person, lied to me about the life that I was gonna have again. Like, I know you don't quite understand or believe, but I was a very amazing basketball player, ranked in the nation, met Kobe Bryant, Carmelo, all these people, everybody knew my name. All right? And I was from this small rinky-dink town of West Haven, Connecticut, the greater New Haven. And I watched friends that I played basketball all my life get murdered, get killed, all right? People, a female that I loved genuinely got murdered because she was a shield from the person that they were trying to attack. After a while, that person lived across the street from me, around the corner from me. You think that after a while that's gonna come see you. So I don't expect many people to understand, but I'm tired of people saying, oh, get over it, get over it. No, my mother has 6 siblings, or 5 siblings. Then my father has 9 siblings, all right? I had to hear that shit when I was at home from my brother, my mom, and my father. I knew I was right about what I was doing in my life. You took basketball from me, so I was trying to find another way to get to where I wanted to go. And you manipulated me. You argued with me. You sent family members. You sicked everybody on me. And you expect me to get over that. I understand you don't understand that. I get it. I've never said too much about it. But that is the things that I'm trying to get over with at 38, when I started really realizing when I was 36, when I got away from them, that my body started feeling better. And then I started having conversations with God even more. And he said, it was your mother. They said they locked me up in the VA hospital because I made money in crypto. I made over $500,000 in crypto. I'm not a crazy person. I'm not a stupid person at all. I know how to go find the research. I know how to go find things that I need. I know how to do things that I need. But they condemned me. They told me I was an evil person. I was scamming. I was doing. I'm nothing like the people I was around, and they just mad because I was putting up a mirror in their face on how fudged up they were as people. So, excuse me for not just getting up and running over and fixing myself, because I can't walk, I can't stand, I can't sit until yesterday. I couldn't play the game that I love, basketball, without my back hurting or my neck hurting or my foot hurting or my leg hurting. It was insanity. Then to find out I wasted 5 years in the military when I didn't need to at all. Then to go watch the person you love go be. Come on, man. Like, listen, I've been through some shit. And excuse me excuse me for not being you. Not having the family that you had, the supportive mother and father that you had, supportive sister, supportive sibling, brother, whatever. Excuse me for that. I'm a black man trying to make it. And I had demons as parents and family members, people that live across the street from me that became friends with my father. just to manipulate my father into thinking that I was a demon, thinking I was a bad person when I'm a genuine hearted person. I went all over the seas. I went all over the world. And everybody says, yo, you're amazing. What are you doing in the military? You look like an athlete. You should have yachts and stuff like I do. Just to come home for them to manipulate me again and lock me in the house and make me and yell at me when I'm trying to even just go to the gym to find some peace. I was trying to find peace at the gym. That was my place. That was my sanctuary. And the world had flipped upside down. Everything was bisexual and gay. There was so much going on, and then being not in that relationship anymore or whatever, dealing with the person I was dealing with, how pretty they were, how gorgeous, how the perfect lifestyle that they were living. For me not to have that made me look like I was gay or I was into men. And then having to fight that shit off by myself, I had to figure out everything. There's no manual to how to be a black man. A handsome black man with a beautiful body and speak well with nice teeth and a beard that connects. None of that stuff is in a manual. None of that. I can't go to the library and look that up. So I've been sitting there on YouTube trying to find other men that look like me and from the hood and trying to, that have been through the trauma that I have been through to make it out. I'm not using that excuse, but I'm telling you, I'm working just as hard as I can. All right, I'm working as hard as I can to get out of this rut that I'm in. And I'm right there at the door. I'm right there at the cusp every time. Listen, to watch a basketball player turn into themselves when you know you were way better, ranked better than higher than them, and you were said that you were going to be a franchise basketball player. I've had many Hall of Famers tell me, you're going to be a franchise player. My whole middle school coaching staff was a Knicks team. They used to come to my games in middle school and tell me how I was going to be the next up, the next greatest basketball player at my size. Forget my size ever. I had Kobe Bryant trying to come get me in middle, I'm trying to, at a crowd of people, he came to me and shook my hand and spoke to me, not anybody else, not the hundreds of people that were behind me. And I did that by myself. Without support. Yes, my father, my parents paid for me to play AAU or whatever have you, but he came and spoke to me. And then when I ran back and told my father, he applied more pressure. Yo, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Then I had the person that I learned the game from that I thought was my brother send other people against me. He go mess with somebody's girl and then tell them I did it. So then he trying to come at me with he gonna kill me, shoot me over something I didn't even do. So don't tell me to get over nothing. All right, I'm gonna figure it out on my own. That's why I had to move. My mother told me she was gonna send somebody to my door when I was in San Diego. She said, you better be lucky somebody come get you. And I'm like, all this because I just want to get away and be a real, be myself. I never got the chance to know who I was as a person because no matter what I tried to do, they tried to tell me I was wrong and I was evil. I wasn't following God. So excuse me if I'm not as inclined to you to just be able to just get up and figure out things and get my life together and have kids and all this other stuff like you. The worst thing you could do is try to insult somebody's intelligence that you don't even have a clue of. You haven't been around me in how long? Don't you ever do no shit like that. All right? I get it. I get where you're coming from. I get what you're trying to do. But that's very insulting to my intelligence because I've been trying to you see me working to get myself together. And I know a lot of things you don't get to see, but you hear what I talk about. Maybe I should change the way I say it, but I'm so passionate about everything that I do because everything is intentional. Don't you ever prejudge somebody before you sit down and talk to them. All right? Because I've been through some shit that I don't wish on even the devil. First of all, I was born with a strike. I wasn't meant to be here. This woman tried to manipulate my father and had me and didn't like that she couldn't control me. So then she threw all her burden on me And then he threw all his burden on me. And then they went and told him he's the golden child. And then my brother came at me every day. I learned from movies and going to other people's houses and seeing how they talk to amongst each other. That's how I learned how to be a person, a human. What's right and what's wrong. I never learned it at home. At home, it was screaming, yelling, cussing, swearing, F word, this, you a bitch, you did. It was all my mother coming at my father, and I was trying to protect him, and he didn't protect me when she was doing it to me. But yet, every time I tried to run away, he yelled at me and told me and drugged me back. I went to my uncles down in North Carolina, and I told them the situation, showed them the situation, and they still said it was me, and that I should honor my parents. When they're the demons that caused me to be in the situation. I lost out on billions of dollars, a lifestyle that I'm supposed to be. I should not be living the way I do. So don't you ever tell somebody, get over something. Every day I'm thinking about, every day at home, when I was growing up, I thought about somebody coming and pop me too. Just because I'm driving this car. My mother set me up, gave me this Porsche, and knew that this car was gonna have a issue and made me pay $1,800. My father's right beside me. Knew a week later the car was needed $1,800 worth of repair, and he put that shit on me. Looked at me like I was crazy for having the money, and then told me I was evil, I was selling drugs, I was doing something. I was like, what are you talking about? You on steroids, you on this, you on that. I never got the chance to be a child because these people thought that I was an adult and I could never be a leader at home. I'm trying to lift something. I work at the appliance store, and I'm lifting these heavy old TVs. My father had me working as a junior, a sophomore, junior in high school, and I failed the team junior year because he said, "Oh, I had a job when I was his age." I had my coaches thinking that I thought I was arrogant. They saying that I was arrogant and I was a cancer and all this other stuff because I was trying to keep my parents off my back. Then I had a girlfriend who was over here manipulating other people, messing with other people, all this other stuff. Like, I knew I was wrong. But like, bro, you think that I signed up for this bull? You think I signed up for this? No, I did not. So I get where you're coming from, but I didn't have the fortunate life that you had. I wish to God I had a parent that gave me a hug, told me they loved me, said that it didn't complain about my clothes, what I was wearing, my beard, my hair, my baldy. I went bald at 18. That's how stressed out I was. My body fell apart. They intentionally did that. They sent my whole family on both sides after me. When all I'm trying to do is be a nice, genuine-hearted person. I don't go around kicking nobody. I don't go around messing with nobody. Did not talk about nobody. I didn't know I was special. And then I would talk to somebody. Somebody said, "Oh, this person did this person did that." And I would just be like, "Yo, that's crazy." Like that, I'll say a little something or I'll laugh about it. And then they would go and make up a whole story because they hated me. They only got close to me to learn more about me, to steal it from me. Energy leech, energy vampire. It was triangulation. I've dealt with that all my life because of what I look like. I got so many people in West Haven, Connecticut that wish they had a body like mine. They over here taking steroids. They over here trying to go to the gym all day. They over here lifting these heavy weights. They trying to get like me. And I wasn't even trying to get like them. I wasn't trying to do nothing to them. They took it as a slight that I was trying to do something. Niggas used to come to my house with their dog and try to sick their dog on me. At my house. You tell me, "Oh, I get over it, get over it." No, what? I lost billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Because of my family. They didn't have nothing. They didn't see nothing for themselves, so they didn't see it for me. And they said, "Oh, you think you better than us because you ain't got this girl, or you ain't got this car, or you ain't did this." I had people attacking me over my lifestyle. That I was fortunate to have because I had two parents that were able to be manipulative enough to make it seem like my interior was good at home when it was shit. They put all their shit off on me and then left my brother alone, locked him in the room while they physically abused me. So don't tell me I get over it, get over it, get over it. And then niggas over here lying and saying, oh, go to church, go to church. Why don't you go to get you a church girl? Nigga, I had that. Your son is the reason why I don't have it. Him and his hating crew. I can name names if you want me to. So, watch your mouth.